Okay, so let's get right into it. Have you ever stopped to think about how a machine can read a long paragraph and actually remember what was said at the very beginning? I mean, we do it without thinking, but for a machine, handling information where the order of things is everything, well, that's a massive challenge.
Right? So, how do they pull it off? How do they process something like language, where the context from the start is absolutely crucial to understanding what's at the end?
Well, the answer is this really clever piece of architecture with a kind of built-in memory, the recurrent neural network, or RNN for short. It's designed specifically to find patterns in sequences.
A network with memory sounds cool, but what does that actually mean? What's the secret sauce here that lets it hang on to the past?
It all comes down to this thing called the hidden state. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like the network's short-term memory. With every word it reads in a sentence, the RNN updates this hidden state based on the new word and the memory it had from the word just before. And this recurrent loop is where all the magic happens. It's this constant cycle: process an input, update the memory, and then pass that memory to the very next step. That's exactly how context gets carried forward. So you get it, right? The network's decision at any given moment isn't just about what it's seeing right now. It's a mix of the current input and everything it's seen before, all squished down into that one hidden state. Now, this sounds great for short sentences, for sure, but what happens when you throw a whole book at it? A massive paragraph. Does this memory have its limits? Oh, you bet it does. This is where things start to get really tricky. Yeah, see, as those sequences get longer and longer, RNNs run into these two huge but kind of opposite problems with how they learn. It all has to do with something called gradients. You can just think of them as the error signals that tell the network, hey, you got this wrong, adjust this way. These two problems are two sides of the same coin: vanishing gradients and exploding gradients. One is like a whisper that just fades away into nothing, making it impossible to learn from the distant past. The other is like a shout that gets so loud it just blows out the speakers, making everything unstable. Let's start with that fading whisper of fading memory. I like that. So what's actually going on here? How does a signal just vanish? Okay, so when an RNN is learning, it sends this error signal backward through the sequence to kind of tweak its own settings. But here's the catch. As that signal travels back in time, step by step, it keeps getting multiplied. And if the numbers it's being multiplied by are tiny, less than 1, that signal just shrinks and shrinks and shrinks. And you can see that perfectly here. The feedback from something that just happened is loud and clear. But by the time that signal tries to get all the way back to the beginning of a really long sentence, it's practically gone. The network just can't learn from what happened way back then. I mean, we're talking about a gradient that becomes so small, it might as well be zero. It has basically no effect. The model completely forgets the beginning of the story because it never gets any useful feedback about whether it was on the right track or not. Okay, so a signal can fade to nothing. But what about the other side of that coin? An overwhelming memory. How on earth can the signal get too loud? Well, it's the exact same process, that error signal getting multiplied as it goes backward, but this time the weights are big. They're greater than 1. So instead of shrinking, that signal just balloons. It grows exponentially with every single step. And this is just total chaos. The gradient gets so enormous that the changes it tells the network to make are gigantic and completely random. It's like trying to perform delicate surgery with a sledgehammer. You just end up wrecking everything, and the training becomes completely unstable. So you hear about these two huge opposite problems, and you've got to be thinking, well, are basic RNNs just broken then? Did everyone just have to scrap the whole idea and go back to the drawing board? Not even close. In fact, it's the opposite. These exact challenges became the catalyst for some incredible breakthroughs. It's a classic story of a tough problem forcing people to get really, really creative. And that creativity gave us these amazing new architectures, like LSTMs and GRUs. What they did was brilliant. They introduced these things called gates. Think of them like tiny little gatekeepers for information. They learn what's important enough to remember, what's junk that can be forgotten, and what needs to be passed on. This lets them hold on to key details over super long sequences, neatly solving both the vanishing and the exploding gradient problems. And it's these innovations that are powering so much of the cool language tech we use every day. So hey, if this explainer helped things click for you, doing the whole share and subscribe thing really does help us make more deep dives just like this one. So that leaves us with this final thought, right? We've kind of figured out the long-term memory problem.
But that's just one piece of the puzzle. What's the next big step? How do we go from a machine that just remembers words in order to one that truly understands what we mean? What do you think is next?